I recently sold my vintage dual turntable to pick up an Audio-Technica AT-LP8X. I had a choice of either the higher-end Audio-Technica or the low-end Technics. I went with the Audio-Technica turntable. Let's open up the box and see what's inside. I picked this up from Crutchfield and it just arrived. There's the sealed box as it arrived from Crutchfield. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, I cut the tape. Let's see what we've got in here. First thing we come across are the instructions. Next we have a rubber mat. We have the turntable cover. Let's pull out the foam. And there is the turntable. Let's take it out of the foam and see what we've got. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have for accessories here. We have the power cord. We have the cartridge. We have the tone arm weight, audio cables, and the brackets for the dust cover. The audio cable looks like it's pretty high quality, low resistance, low capacitance, and it runs a separate ground also. So we're going to take that cable out, hook it up to the turntable, put the turntable in its spot, and then we'll go ahead and set it up. Also, I ordered an extra head shell. That's the one you want. And this is the cartridge that we're going to be using in this turntable. So we'll go ahead and set that up. Got my stylus tracking force gauge, plus protractors, azimuth alignment, overhang adjustment. We'll set all that up. I have the cables hooked up. The audio cable, while it's pretty high quality, the thing is stiff as a rock, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out. I may end up using my own cable with my own ground cable, because where that ends up is not ideal for my receiver. So I'll try it, but I'm not sure that that's what I'm ultimately going to use when I get the thing finally hooked up. I've got the turntable in the cabinet where it's going to ultimately reside. Let's finish hooking it up and see if we can get everything set up here. So I decided not to use their cables. They're just not pliable. Whenever I move anything, my receiver, anything, it yanks it out of the turntable, and it's just not good. So I cooked up my own set of cables to get myself going, and we'll see how that works. I may change them later on, but for now I'm going with my own cables. Okay, now that I have the turntable positioned in the cabinet, just taking a look at the bubble balance, and it is directly centered. That is the head shell and the cartridge that I'm going to be using on the turntable. Let's open those up and mount the cartridge and the head shell. Okay, there's the head shell in the box, and basically it's in a little holder. You got to rotate it and pull it out. So that's what you get: the head shell, mounting screws, and some instructions here. And we're going to go ahead and open up the cartridge here and remove the stylus from the cartridge. There's the cartridge. It is attached to a shipping head shell. It's plastic, just for shipping. So we're going to go ahead and remove the cartridge from that head shell. Okay, I removed the stylus from the cartridge. You basically just grasp both sides and very carefully pull down, and the stylus comes right out of the cartridge. Now we're going to take the cartridge off the transport head shell. The cartridge has been removed from the transport head shell, and in the bottom of the case are the mounting screws, the nuts, there's a little screwdriver, and some other accessories. I've got my own screwdriver here. I'm going to go ahead and use that. So let's go ahead and start mounting. There's also a set of color-coded leads in the package in case if you need them. We don't because our head shell came with those pre-installed. In the hardware kit with the cartridge are 2 nuts, 2 washers, 6 screws of various lengths, so you can pick the right ones that are appropriate for your head shell and your cartridge. Okay, now using my needle nose pliers, I'm going to start installing the leads. You can see they're color-coded so you can match them up. White's on the bottom right, red's on the bottom left, and we'll go ahead and try to get those wires in there as cleanly as possible. I've got the cartridge sort of far forward so I can have a lot of room to get in there and work. Okay, there they are. They're all installed. I'm going to put that cartridge pretty much in the middle until I get it on the turntable with the protractor so we can go ahead up, set it up, and then I'll put the stylus back in here and mount this to the turntable tone arm. Okay, so there it is. It's all mounted up. Kind of have it near the mid position. So we'll go ahead and get the protractor and the VTA gauge on and make sure we got this set up properly for the turntable. Okay, there's the cartridge on the protractor on the turntable, and I have it perfectly aligned in the inner and the outer, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten down the screws. Okay, I'm not sure that you can see through that because I left the plastic coating on it, but it's basically perfectly level. Okay, the stylus force is coming in at 2.03 grams, and the range on the 540 ml is between 1.8 to 2.2, with 2.0 being ideal, so we are all set up. Ready for a test record, and I wish I could play it to you, but I'd get a copyright strike. Okay, so everything worked out great. Sounds awesome, sounds incredible. Wish I could share it with you. I hope the video helps, and I'll see you later.